Simply put, job tech is the future of work. Now, I know that the future of work is actually a more complicated term, fourth industrial revolution, all of that stuff. But when we think about global labor markets in the last 10 to 15 years, what has changed more than anything else, or caused changes more than anything else? It's probably these guys. Now, we understand job tech to be platforms that connect people to opportunities that enable them to improve their livelihoods. You might look at some of these and say, I don't like these platforms. These aren't improving livelihoods. And others, you might say, these have been fantastic improvements to livelihoods. That's kind of the point. We believe that job tech platforms have the capacity to create new work opportunities that weren't previously possible. They have the capacity to improve quality of work for the users, sizes of income, the regularity of work. Job tech platforms have the capacity to overcome traditional barriers to access for marginalized groups. But we know that these platforms can be bad as well as good. They can create bad quality work. They can exclude marginalized groups in whole new ways. And that's kind of why the Jobtech Alliance was set up. We've spent a lot of time thinking about what job tech really is in the African context. And my colleague is going to post into chat a very detailed taxonomy of what we see as being job tech on this continent. I won't therefore go into it in great depth, but just to summarize, we see kind of 5 buckets of platforms in our job tech taxonomy. The first of these is what we call platforms for offline work, where work is mediated online but delivered offline. Think gig matching or job matching platforms like Uber. Secondly, platforms for digitally delivered work, where the work is both mediated and delivered online. Think of online freelancing or micro work. Third, when we think about Africa and employment, a large part of employment is self-employment. So we see a big bucket around digital services for micro enterprises, things like e-commerce marketplaces, business management tools, that sort of thing. Fourthly, the part of edtech related to the world of work. And finally, a bucket that we call digital tools for worker enablement. Things like portable benefits or digital platforms for unionization.